Assalamu alaikum everyone, hello again. So today we're going to be learning about how to multiply rational numbers. Okay, so the purpose of today's lesson is to multiply positive and negative rational numbers. So in the previous lessons, we've studied about rational numbers and integers and the definition of each one of them. Okay, so I'm gonna start directly with a quick recall on how to multiply any two fractions. You studied that in grade 5 and in grade 6. So as you can see here, we got to multiply any two fractions, you simply just multiply the top part and then you multiply the bottoms and then you simplify if possible. Okay, so you multiply top times top over bottom times bottom. Okay, and don't forget to simplify before it's time to say goodbye. Okay, so, and sometimes you have a mixed number. So here are the two steps that you guys should do before you multiply mixed numbers. You need to convert the mixed number into an improper fraction. Two easy steps, you multiply and add. So as you can see, 2 times 8, that's 16, plus 1, that's 17, and the denominator stays the same. Okay, remember the multiplication, the rational number multiplication rules. Whenever we have the same sign, we are happy. Different signs, we are not happy. So same sign, when you multiply positive times positive, the product will be positive. Negative times negative, that will be positive. This is what we mean by same. Okay, that's the meaning of same sign. Different signs means positive times negative or negative times positive. So the answer will be negative. We are unhappy, we're sad. Okay guys, so let's get going, let's move on. So here, as you can see in this lesson, we have some rational numbers. Rational numbers could be, like we said, they could be decimals, they could be mixed numbers, they could be fractions. So I'm going to teach you how to multiply each type. So we're going to start with this example. As you can see, we have both of them are decimals. So as we studied in the previous grades, how to multiply decimals, step number 1, you guys should ignore the decimal point. So step 1, ignore the point. Imagine it's not there. So I'm going to remove it. So it will be the same as I'm multiplying 31 times 29. Okay. So how do I multiply this? I'm going to start with the ones. 9 times 1. That's a 9. 9 by 3, that's a 27. So I'm done with the 9. I'm going to cut it so I don't multiply it again and add a 0 in place of it. Okay. Next, I'm going to multiply the tens. 2 times 1, that's a 2. 2 by 3, that's 6. And then I'm done. Simply last step is going to be we're going to add. Okay, so 9 plus 0, that's a 9. 9 and 2 plus 6, that's an 8. So step 1 again, multiply like you multiply whole numbers. Multiply like you multiply whole numbers. Ignore the point. Step 2, you need to count the decimal places and place the point back. So how many decimal places we have here? This is 1 and that's 1. So that means I have 2 decimal places. 1, 2. That's my point. You start counting from right to left. Okay, guys? Then finally, third step will be to place the sign. As you know, negative times negative, that's a positive. So my final answer is positive 8.99. Positive 8 and 99 hundredths. Okay, guys, some of you may say, can we not write the positive? Of course, you can. If you wish not to write it, of course you can do it. But you know, it's better just to keep your hands get used to positive and negative. It's better just to put it because sometimes, you know, you guys may forget it, especially during exam time. Okay, don't forget that the dot multiplication means it's the same. It's one of the ways to write the times, okay? So either you got parentheses, either you got the dot, or either you got the X. Okay, guys, so that's it for multiplying decimals. Okay, moving on to this one. Now, this one, you have actually 2 ways to do it. Either you write the half, 0.5, as a fraction. You write it as a half. Or what you do simply is you just change this into a decimal. We all know that this is negative 3.5. It's the same as negative 3.5. Okay, times 0.5. Now we're gonna go to the side and multiply. Okay, so let's multiply. This will be the same as you're multiplying 35 times 5. Let's go, guys. 5 times 5, that's 25. 5 by 3, that's 15. Plus 2, that's 17. I'm done. So again, step 1, multiply like you multiply whole number. Step 2, count the decimal places. As you can see here, I have 1 and 2 decimal places. Decimal places means how many digits you have after the decimal point. Okay, guys? So we got 2, so my point will be located here. 1, 2, that's it. Finally, I'm gonna put the sign. My sign will be negative because positive times negative equals a negative number. So my final answer is negative 1 and 75 hundredths. Okay, that's it. Okay, moving on to this one. Let's start with this one. This one is a really easy question. Simply, you have both of them are fractions, so they are ready to be multiplied. You don't need to convert them into decimals or anything, okay? By the way, I forgot to mention that in order to be able to multiply fractions and decimals, either they both should be fractions or both of them should be decimals. Okay, so in this case, we converted, we rewrote 3.5 as a decimal, 3.5. Okay, guys, here you got both of them fractions, so simply you can start multiplying directly. This one times this one, top times top, and bottom times bottom. So 4 times 1, that will be a 4, and 5 times 8, that will be 40, and the sign will be positive. Here, you guys, you can simplify this. How? I know it's a proper fraction. You will say it's a proper, miss, it's in simplest form, but no. They both can be divided by 4. They are both in the timetable of 4. So 4 divided by 4, that's a 1. 40 divided by 4, that's a 10. And that is your final answer, 1/10. Okay? So moving on to our last question. Okay, guys, here we got a mixed number. So I have a mixed number and I have a fraction. The first thing we should do is convert the mixed number into a fraction. How? 2 easy steps. We're going to multiply and then add. So, or you know, we call it recycle the mix into improper fraction. You can call it whatever you want. So 2 times 1, that's a 2, plus 1, that's a 3, and the denominator stays the same. Now let's multiply. Negative 5. So negative 5/3 goes down as it is. Okay, guys, I did not touch it. It's already a fraction. It's already ready for me. Now let's multiply. 3 times negative 5. That will be negative 15. 2 times 3. That will be 6. That's it. Okay, last step will be to simplify it. So how do I simplify an improper fraction? I will do long division. To simplify any fraction, it means to divide. Whether you divide by a common factor if it was a proper, or you do long division if it was improper. So 15 divided by 6, that will be 1. No, you got 2, because 1 times 6, that's a 6. 2 times 6, that's 12. So that will be 3. So always remember that the quotient represents your whole and the remainder represents the numerator when you want to write it as a mixed number. So my final answer will be negative. It stays down. 2 wholes and the remainder is 3. Of course, what always stays the same for us is the denominator. Yeah, it doesn't give us much headache. Okay, now you can even simplify more. We all know that 3 out of 6, it's the same as, it's the same as half. You can do divide by 3, divide by 3, or you can say simply negative 2.5. Okay, guys? Yeah, That's your final answer. Okay, that's it for direct questions about finding the product of multiplying rational numbers. So remember to always, number one, make sure that they're both decimals or they're both fractions. Number two, multiply like you used to multiply fractions and decimals. And number three, which is the most important thing, guys, don't forget the sign. The sign, you should never forget it. Now, coming to the type of questions that you always get in exams, this one. So, Ming incorrectly, she says incorrectly. So, number one, guys, when you read the word problem, read the question carefully. It's already telling you that she's incorrect. She is incorrect. Because I saw some of the students were saying, what's the correct answer? They put the same answer. I'm like, they wrote, no, yeah, yes. They were answering, yes, she is correct. And I'm like, really? But the question agrees that she's incorrect. How come you say it's correct, that she's correct? So please read the questions really well. So Ming, we can tell that she is not correct, that this answer is wrong. Now your job is to discover what's the problem, why she got an incorrect answer. So what is the corrective product? That's number one. Okay, how do I do this? We all know that this negative and negative, whenever they're put together, it's like the opposite of negative 4/9. That will be what? They turn into positive. Okay? Negative times negative equal positive. It's actually one of the FACES rules. I didn't make that up. Negative times negative equal a positive. And now you multiply. 4 times negative 1. That will be, let's keep the sign for the end. 4 times 1, that's a 4. And 9 times 7, 63. And positive times negative here, as you can see, it's going to be negative. Okay? So the correct answer is negative 4 out of 63. We found the correct product. Now, what error what error she made? Obviously, she did not simplify. She didn't. Okay, she didn't simplify negative 4/9 correctly. Okay, where it's supposed to be positive 4/9. You can write the rest. Okay, so that's it, guys. Okay, so that's it for lesson 1.7. Please try to practice as much as you can. You have so many questions in the book that could be beneficial for you. And yeah, see you when I see you.